Okay, so we're doing a live stream this morning. Myself and Dave have gotten up early to come down and do some yoga with you at the back of our clubhouse. There's a bowling green behind us that we can't use. So we thought we'd come do some yoga. So let's just start by just stepping the feet from side to side. Starting to feel the mat and then starting to bring the feet just hip distance apart, that hip width apart. Where it feels comfortable for you, starting to just rock backwards and forwards. Become aware of your feet pressing into the floor. And then just start to slow the rock, settling back down. Spread the toes as much as you can. Place them back down on the floor one at a time. Inhale, picking up the shoulders, roll them up towards the ears and then roll them away, taking them down towards the hips, gently rotating out the palms. Close the eyes gently. Become aware of the connection through the mat, the soles of the feet. Feel yourself pressing evenly into the feet. Those 3 points. See if you can find your center of gravity. Visualize the ankles nice and strong. Start to gently draw the kneecaps up towards the hips, activating them. Feel how the larger muscles at the tops of the legs start to engage. Buttocks squeeze together softly. Draw the belly button in, taking it back towards the spine. Lifting up through the solar plexus. Feel the shoulders fall away from the ears. And allow the head to rise up towards the ceiling, feeling the length of the spine from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Be aware of the energy through the arms, but soften the fingers. Don't have them flexed out. Just soften the arms. Feel the strength and the support of the spine. Yet all those muscles and the tissues soft, melting towards the floor. Inhaling through the nostrils, allowing the breath to fill the belly, expand the belly out. Pause. Exhale, draw the belly button all the way back towards the spine, allowing the breath to come up, out through the nostrils. 4 more like this. Inhale through the nostrils. Take it right down to the pit of the stomach. Expand the belly out. Pause. Exhale, allow the breath to come up. Draw the belly all the way back, pressing all that air out. Really cleaning out the bottom of the lungs here. 3 more. Start to hear the sound of your own breath, incorporating that Ujjayi breath in. How good does that feel just to breathe this early in the morning? Way to set the day up. And releasing the arms, opening the eyes, just gently, just softly, coming back to this space. And we're going to start with some releases today. So we'll start with the hands. Inhale, spread the fingers. Exhale, thumb under, close them in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, close them in. Inhale. Exhale, make a fist. 2 more, in and out, in and back. And keep that little fist, take the arms out in front of you. Start to make some circles into the wrist, just some nice big circles. Don't have to be super fast, take your time, feel what's happening through the wrist. And coming back the other way. Feel that warmth through the hands. And then coming to the elbows. Nice circles into the elbows. Feel those shoulders starting to wake up, waiting for their turn. And coming back. I'm going to give 2 options here. Option 1 is you can roll the shoulders back, or you can do windmill arms. Depending on your shoulders. If there's limitations, or if you're coming up and there's a little click or anything feels uncomfortable, go back to just rolling them. And do your 5 and then come back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. I'm already feeling better, Dave. And coming back, let's take it to the neck. So inhale, taking the chin up. Exhale, just releasing the chin back towards the chest. Inhale, coming up. Remember, we don't want to crank it back, so we're cutting off that main artery. We want to actually just look up, so we're feeling that opening into the front of the neck. And when we come forward, same again. Just go to where you're comfortable. This can make some people feel dizzy, so if you've only got slight movement, stick with your slight movement. And then just coming down. Now let the shoulders relax here. Let the head be heavy. Let's take a breath here. Not 2, because it feels good. And then slowly bring the chin parallel to the floor. Just taking the chin over to the right. And then coming back over slowly to the left. I'm just doing this another 2 times on each side. Again, if there's any restrictions, honour those restrictions. Please don't push it too far. And coming back to the centre. Let's take it to the feet. So, if you like, you can pick up your right leg and make some circles into the ankle. If you need to hold on to the wall, go for it. Or if you need to let your toes rest and make some circles into the ankle that way, do what suits you. So we're going to make some circles. I want at least 5 one way and 5 back. Thanks to Prasad, we always stick to 5 now. And then from here, we're going to extend. So like the knees are hinge, and we're just going to extend. 3, 4, 5, and then from here, we're going to swing. And then come up, give it a little hug towards you. Find a spot out in front of you, just soften the gaze. The lights just went off. And coming back. Be careful not to snap lock that standing leg, that knee back. Just give a little bit of softness so you've still got a little bit of movement there. We don't want to hyperextend. Feel that quad stretch. Oh yeah. And release. Let's go to the other side. So picking it up, picking whichever one you would like to do. Hear some cracks and pops then. And coming back the other way. Hinge from the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And from the hip. 3. Swing the arms. 2, 1. And coming back. Shake it out. Shake the body out. Let it be nice and loose. Starting to loosen it up a little bit now. Actually, Dave's just shown me that we've missed something. So let's just bring it up. And take it back to the quad. And release. Now we can shake it out. Okay, so just step with the feet a little bit wider than the hips for me. And just keep the body nice and loose. Don't straighten it up. Just keep it loosey-goosey. Arms nice and loose. We're just going to start to just twist from side to side. Let the arms be like little limp spaghetti beside you. I want the arms to just gently tap into you as we go. So as you start to get a little bit more momentum, you find you get a little bit more swing into the arm, and let them just tap into you, just waking up those kidney points. Don't direct them, let them be floppy. Oh, that feels good. And then starting to slow it down as we come back to the center. Good. Okay, so standing towards the front of your mat. Leave a little gap there in front of you, and we're going to stand again hip distance apart. For the men, if they like, they can take their toes together. It's completely up to you. So let's start to inhale, taking the arms up, out nice and wide, starting to look up towards the ceiling. Draw those shoulders back in, and exhale, bring them back down. We're going to do another 2 of these. Inhale, coming up, starting to feel yourself lift through the fingertips. Keep the shoulders into the sockets though, and out. One more in. This time we're going to swan dive down. So exhale, take the hands out, come through the front of the chest. Start to soften the knees, but feel the warmth through the back of the legs. Release the hands back down to the floor. If you can, just push the hands into the floor. If you need blocks, use blocks, but just start to release. If you're nowhere near the floor and you're laughing at me, come to your shins or come to your knees, completely up to you. Release the back of the head. Draw the belly in with the next exhale. Allow the spine to lengthen. Keep those knees soft. Don't snap lock them back. Keep them soft, but take the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Now let your head go. Let your head be heavy. Let the shoulders be heavy, and give yourself a little bit of a nod, like a little bit of a no, Heidi. Yes, Heidi. Sit. Good. Okay, we're going to come up. We're going to reverse swan dive up. So we're going to start to creep the hands out. Now push through the soles of the feet. Come up through the upper back. Up, 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 up. Reach up again. Take the hands together and exhale. Bring the arms back down. Okay, so we're going to start to step through this time. Inhale. Exhale. Swan dive down, soften the knees, come down to where you're comfortable. Let the head go, lengthen the spine. Inhale, push into the shins, gently come up into a half lift. Exhale, soften all the way down. We're going to step back with the right. Inhale, step back with the right. Exhale, we're going to push back into our downward dog. Oh, if you haven't been here for a while, take a little second or a few breaths just to set yourself up. Remember to open up those hands, spread those fingers. Pinky fingers coming out towards the edges of the mat. Now feel the lengthening through the back of the legs. Draw the belly in. hollow the belly out. Exhale, soften into it. She's like coming home. Now let's start to walk the dog. Soften the right knee, drop the weight into the left side. Swap it over as you go. In and out. In and out. One more each side. And out. And coming back to the center. Step your feet the mat's width apart. Now we're going to push, like you're pushing your right hand towards the edge of the mat. And you're going to take your left hand and reach to the outside of your right ankle and just peek underneath your right arm. Little twist here. Just have some breaths here, keep them smooth. Changing over, inhale, left hand comes back, exhale, right hand reaches to the outside of the left ankle. Peeking out. Don't dump into that shoulder. Keep pressing through those fingers. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, just pushing back into your downward dog. Let the head go. Again, just check in with that neck, see if we're holding any tension there. Allow the spine to lengthen. You can step the feet back together. And we're going to start to lift the right leg. So lift the right leg up. Sit. And we're just going to hold it here for 3 breaths. Try not to dump into your left side. Be even through the hands. 1, 2, 3. Bring it up. Start to bring it up towards the chest. Rise onto your left toes and step it through. Good. How'd you go, David?
Good.
Bring it right up towards the hands. So we're coming into this high lunge here. Good. So we're going to soften the back knee, release the feet to the floor, and coming into this low lunge now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make some little circles. We're going to come forward, we're going to come over to the right, and then we're going to start to push back and then bring it over to the left. So just do 3 one way. And then you can come back with your other 3. And coming back. Tuck the back toes under. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, I want you to push your fingertips into the floor and start to push your weight back. So you're going to lift your hips back up towards the ceiling, just straightening that front leg and taking that back heel as close to the floor as you can. So you can walk your hands back so a little bit more so they're directly under the shoulders. Now, press the fingers into the floor. If you've got your blocks and you need your blocks, use your blocks. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Sit, look down towards the feet so you're nice and straight. And as you exhale, soften down towards the knee. How's that feeling, Dave?
Well, it's certainly working it.
Feeling it? You feeling it? Inhale, pushing into the floor, walking the hands back. So I'm going to get you now just to bring that back heel slightly towards the floor. So you've got that foot at a 45-degree angle, like you're in a warrior. We're going to go into a bit of a revolved triangle. So take your hand, left hand, and place it just on the outside of, on the inside of that right foot. And then we're going to start to reach up and twist. Don't roll in on that back foot. Keep gently pressing to the outer edge. Lengthen through the crown. Only take the neck up if it's comfortable. If it's not, look down towards the floor. It's completely fine. And coming back. Pivot that back foot and soften that front knee. Step it back. Step the knees apart, shake the hips out like a dog getting out of water, shaking it off. Ready to do the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, Heidi, I am. Okay, tuck the toes under and press back. Oh, there. There's that coming home. So let's start to step the feet together so we can find that balance and start to lift up the left leg now. Lift it up. Push the mat away from you. That's it. Extend through the toes. Grow, 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 grow. Don't dump into one side. Release through the head. On the next exhale, start to bend the knee. Bring it up towards the chest. Come up onto your right toes. Step it through. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's start to make some circles. Now come forward, over to the right, coming back, over to the left. So there's no set way to do this, just circling into the hips. If there's anything there you need to pay more attention to, be aware of it. And take it easier through that section. And coming back. So we're going to tuck those back toes under. Inhale. Exhale. Start to come back. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. See it? Good. If you need to step that back foot forward a little bit, Dave, go for it if it's too far. Yep. Inhale, do a little bit of a half lift, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, soften down, square yourself off. So we're drawing, remember that left hip back. Can you feel that a little bit more, Dave, when you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw some good shakes there, so I can see that. Feel yourself in the position. Don't just do it. Start to go, what's happening? Where can I release from? What's tight? What shouldn't I be pushing? Just find yourself in this position. And on your next inhale, gently pressing into the floor, and you can walk that right hand up to the inside of that left. Now anchor that foot down to the floor. That back foot comes to the floor, that 45-degree angle. Inhale, start to come up. So we're taking the left fingers up towards the ceiling and a little twist. So remember, you can either look down. If you want to look up, make sure you gently tuck the chin towards the chest and then sniff your armpit and come up towards the ceiling. Making sure we're not snap locking that front knee back either. I don't want any hyperextending. And options, remember your options. Just because I'm not there, I know what some of you are doing with your shoulders. You're like, ugh. So don't. Bring it back to the hip if you need to, or take it behind you. I've got eyes in the back of my camera. Coming up. And dropping it back down. This time I'm going to push back into downward dog. And we're going to come forward onto the knees. Tuck the toes behind and together and push back into child's pose. Soften out. Now remember, whatever child's pose you want. Arms back. Make a little pillow. Arms out. This is your rest, not mine. Do whatever you like. And however you're resting, start to allow the body to surrender. With each exhale, see if you can soften a little bit more. As the body starts to soften, you may need to make little adjustments. Walk the elbows out, the knees out, whatever. Work with your body. It's always changing. So you can adjust with it. Taking 2 more rounds here. And then starting to bring the hands out in front. Again, I want pinky fingers over towards the edges of the mat, so you've got room for the chest. And we're going to just come up, hand tuck the toes under, push back into a plank. So set yourself up, so you're into your plank, draw your belly in, soften those elbows. Now spiral out to the pinky fingers and push the mat forward. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Hold it. How you going, Dave?
Yeah, good.
Draw the belly in. Okay, we're going to come down and we're going to stop. Chaturanga. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to soften the elbows. Remember, take the elbows back. Don't go all the way. Keep lengthening. Push the toes into the floor. Keep it strong. Chest is off the floor. And soften down. Good. So pushing the tops of the feet into the floor, you can step the feet a little bit apart. Hands spread underneath the shoulders. We're going to go into some cobras. So let's start to push the tops of the feet into the floor. Activate the knees. Squeeze the buttocks together and start to tuck the pelvis into the floor. Inhale, coming up. Don't use the hands to start with. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Keep those hands light. Tucking, 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 shoulders back. Exhale. Feel the muscles in the lower back working. This time we're going to come up a little bit further. Inhale, come up to where you can. Then when you need to, start to push your hands into the floor. Remember to push, spiral, push away. Come up to where you're comfortable. Squeeze the butt cheeks. Feel the opening up through the solar plexus. Exhale. Slowly come back down. Inhale. Exhale. On this one, we're going to stay up. Inhale. Come up to where you're comfortable. Push the mat away from you. Squeeze the buttocks. Keep the hips still connected to the floor. Draw the shoulders down. Lengthen through the crown. There's no pressure in the neck. There's no pressure. We're just opening up, seeing what's happening out here. Nice big breaths. Protect the back, squeeze the buttocks together. Push that pelvis into the floor. You love the cobra? So good, isn't it?
I used to hate it, but now I love it.
Oh, I love it. Exhale, come back down. Oh, yeah, there's the good gear. Take your hands, make a little pillow, allow your body to soften. Let yourself completely mold into the floor. 2 more rounds here, softening with each exhale. I feel like we've just been out for breakfast doing yoga, Dave. You can't go anywhere to eat, so this is as good as it gets at the moment. Bring the hands back. Tuck the toes under. We're going to reverse that chaturanga. So you can do it on your knees if you like, or you can do full chaturanga. So remember, you want to walk the toes as close as you can towards you, so then you've got room to push back and use the floor to push away. We're going to push those hands into the floor, spiral out to our pinky fingers and push the mat away. That's going to give you that lift. Hold it, hold it. Up, 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 up. Inhale, up, 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 up. So keep that belly in, Dave, and push back, 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 back. Woo! Oh, how does that back feel, Dave?
Good.
Feels so good, yeah? Ooh. And back to home. Let's walk it back into a bit of a forward fold from here. So we're going to just walk the hands back and just adjust your feet accordingly. Remember, everyone's hip size is different, so adjust your feet accordingly. So Dave, there's no way your hips are that big. You can bring yours in. That's it. Now, let's just press the tips of the fingers into the floor. Do a little half lift, just so we can get a little bit more room to be able to come down that little bit further. So we want to inhale, lift, look towards the toes, lengthen. Now as you exhale, draw the belly button back, hollow it out, and allow the chest to come like it's coming over the knees. Release the head and the shoulders. Take hold of your elbows. Little bit more weight there. And don't snap lock those knees back. Feel the lengthening through the back of the legs. Anyone who is looking down at their knees and seeing them roll in towards each other, soften the knees, activate the kneecaps like I've taught you, and gently spiral them back out so they're directly over the ankles. Protect your knees, protect your joints. Two more rounds here, really letting the upper body be heavy. Feeling that warmth through the back of the legs. And then releasing the hands back to the floor. Feel the difference in the weight. And then we're going to walk ourselves back to our downward dogs again. Oh yeah, there we go. So from here we're going to come down onto our right elbow, then our left elbow, and we're going to interlace the fingers. So we're going to go into our dolphin. So we don't want to dump our weight into our shoulders. We want to make sure that we're pressing those elbows into the floor. And you will see, if you need to bring those elbows back a little bit so they're under the shoulders, your body will let you know, so you will adjust. So we're going to press away so the head doesn't touch the floor at all, but the crown of the head is going towards the floor, and we're looking at our toes, looking between our feet. Now take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw the belly button up, and as you do, come up onto your toes and walk your toes up towards you, but keep pressing the floor away. We don't want to round the back, we want to still keep it as straight as we can. And then walk yourself back. Good. One more. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, walk them forward. Keep pressing into the toes. And back. Come down onto the knees. And come back into child's pose. Let the body soften. From here, just slide the hands back under the shoulders. And we're going to come up with a nice straight back. So just press the hands into the floor, press the fingers towards the top of the mat. Inhale, coming up with a nice straight back. Woo, little rush of blood to the old head. Tuck the toes under. I know this is like torture for some of you. So if you need to take your weight forward, please do. We're just tucking those toes under, coming into prayer position. Close the eyes, 5 deep breaths. Let's just stretch into the toes. And then when you're finished, you can come forward. Getting ready for some cows and cats. Set yourself up. Wrists directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. Spread the fingers, soften the elbows slightly. Inhale, drop the belly, lengthen through the front of the neck. Again, don't do this, please. Just bring it up. Looking out in front of you. Exhale, draw the belly button up, push the floor away, tuck the tailbone under, release the head. Inhale to your cow. So you take your eyesight to sort of where the wall and the ceiling meet. You don't need to look up at the ceiling. It's no good for you. It will hurt your neck. Exhale, push all that air out, release. In, drop into it. And lengthen at the same time. Shoulders come back away from the ears. Exhale, tuck it under, lengthen through the back of the neck. 2 more. Remember, we're going up and down, not forwards and back like a seesaw in this. Release. In. And out. Straightening up, nice straight back. And from here, I reckon we can roll onto our back. What do you reckon? Let's do it, Davo. Over you come. Oh, how good does that feel? Pull your pants up, make your adjustments. So from here, I'm just going to get you to take your legs out and give them a little shake out. A little shake. And then you can just step the feet back together again and just bring up the right knee. Bring the right knee up towards you, giving it a little hug. Make sure you don't tip your chin up towards the ceiling. I want you, if anything, to tuck the chin towards the chest and lengthen through the back of the neck, and then just soften the arms, the face, just drawing that knee towards you. And allow your body to move with the breath. So as you inhale, then the leg will gently move away from you so you can allow room into your belly. And as you exhale, draw it closer towards you to help. Pressing that breath out and also giving that side, those organs inside, a nice massage, helping clean them out as well. That's one thing I noticed when we were packing and unpacking and starting the new job and everything that's been going on, because it's been pretty crazy for us. The one thing I really did notice with not doing yoga as much was my digestive system changed. Always with yoga, I've got a great digestive system. When you stop it, it kind of like goes, what's going on here? And runs away and hides for a few days. And that ain't nice for anybody. And just doing one more. And then just releasing it all the way back to the floor, sliding it out and bringing up the other side. Give it a little hug again towards you. Start to move with your breath. And if you find that your chin keeps tipping up towards the ceiling, because I'm not there to see that, and then tuck a little pillow underneath you, just grab a pillow or a blanket or a block, whatever you've got, and just prop your head up. Because some people automatically want to do that. It takes a little bit of time to train yourself not to. One more here. And then you can keep that left leg there and then just slide up the right. So you've got both of them now. So now we're going to inhale, release both. Exhale, bring them both in towards us for a little hug. Give those intestines a good little massage. Keep the face and the shoulders nice and soft. No need to look grumpy. It's only the start of the day. Save that to at least 10 o'clock, hey Dave?
Never.
One more. And then just coming to where you're sitting comfortably, just nicely holding those legs. And let's just do a little bit of a rock from side to side. There's no need to go all the way over. It's just releasing from side to side. Allow the lower back here to really soften. Keep the face, the shoulders nice and relaxed. It's almost like a little massage. And then coming back to the center, and we're just going to release the right and then the left. So straighten out the left leg and just bring the right knee up towards you. We're going to go into a twist. So you can take your left hand and start to guide the right knee over. But before you do that, I want you to take the left arm out towards the side. So just bringing it out, palm facing up. Inhale. Remember, we twist with our exhale, so just coming over. Let the foot find the floor. You can tuck it underneath your knee if you like. And you can keep that gaze up towards the ceiling. We don't want to create any kinks or drama into the neck. Just feeling that twist through the lower back. Feeling it through the right glute as well. And you can just let your hand rest there if you like, or if you've got a blanket, it's always good to, with a bit of weight, just to throw a blanket over it, and then you can take the other arm out. I haven't got a blanket, so I'm just going to use my hand. And we don't want that that right shoulder blade to come off the floor. If we can, we want to keep that left shoulder blade onto the floor. If you're finding that it's starting to rise up so you can come over, just release the twist a little bit. Bring the left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade back to the floor. Bring your arm down a little bit if you need to. Did that make sense, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's much better.
And then just coming out of it, so just gently guiding it back up and changing over side. So as you do change over side, set your alignment again. Make sure that the spine is back in alignment with the mat, trying to keep straight there, or else you're all over the place. On your exhale, gently come over. You'll find one side is always a little bit more resistant than the other side. That's okay. Let's give it time. Make any of those little adjustments that you need to, that I just suggested. And if this is too much of a twist for you, remember in class we've gone through different twists. So if this is too much, just go back to your little ball and rock from side to side if that's enough for your lower back, because we haven't done class for a while and straight away it's the lower back that starts to get those aches and pains. So if it's too much, take it down a notch. Don't be a hero, you don't need to be. Save that for yesterday. And then coming back when you're ready. Oh yeah, that feels so good. And then just step your feet up. That's it. And take it to hip width. No, make it mat distance apart, please. Step your feet so they're just either side of the mat. And just take the knees from side to side gently, just making sure we aren't out any little kinks there. Finishing in windscreen wiper. How you feel, Dave?
Feeling very nice.
Very nice. Now we're on cold floor here, so I don't want to leave us lying down too long. After that, so coming back, now if you're in the land room and you're nice and warm, grab a blanket and pop it over you. We're just going to lay out into Shavasana here, making those little adjustments. Just bring the shoulder blades back together, then lengthen through the arms, soften the elbows. Just stepping through each leg, each heel, and then soften the feet, letting the feet splay out. Pop a little pillow underneath your head, your eye patch on, do whatever it is you need to do to get comfortable. And now settling in, making those final adjustments, coming into complete stillness. And just becoming aware of your surroundings. Hearing any sounds in the distance. Try not to label the sounds, just hear them. Be aware of them. And now start to zone in. Become aware of the sounds that are closer around you. Allowing the sounds in the distance to become white noise. And bring it in even more. Coming into the sound of your own breath. Allowing all the other sounds now to become white noise. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Hear the inhale. Listen to the exhale. Now with each exhale, see if you can allow the body to soften a little bit more. Allow the feet to splay out and become heavy. Exhale, release the legs, the muscles in the legs. Let them soften. Exhale, release the buttocks, the pelvic floor. Exhale, soften the belly. The belly be completely soft. No restrictions for the breath. Next, exhale, soften the rib cage and the chest. Let the heart center be open to receiving love, to giving love freely. Exhale, soften the arms. Let the arms be heavy. Exhale the shoulders. Release the shoulders. Exhale the throat. Soften the throat, the sides, the back, the front. Exhale, soften the face, the jaw, the eyes, the forehead, the ears. Exhale, soften the back of the head, the crown of the head, the whole head. Whole body soft and heavy. Allow the body to take on the practice. Letting these shifts and these changes settle. Allowing energy to move through the body more freely than when we started. Be aware of that connection that you have right now with the body, the breath. And how the mind isn't as distracted. Perhaps there's a little bit more space. Things may seem a little bit more clearer. Perspectives come to the forefront. You're just enjoying just being. Being in this moment, right here, right now. Exactly as you are. Exactly where you're meant to be. In this moment, right now. And perhaps you'd like to stay here a little longer. Completely up to you. I'm going to gently move and make my way up. You can stay there if you like. It's your practice. If you do move, just coming up slowly. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Heidi.